Let me show you this MSNBC legal analyst, because this guy was on the other day, and it was really funny to me because I actually made a point of showing you this. He was defending Michael Cohen, even though Michael Cohen was a known liar. And he's like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Watch him, because I want you to see this change of tune.
A lot of folks seem to think this was a devastating blow for the prosecution. I don't see it that way. I doubt the prosecution sees it that way. I would bet the defense doesn't even consider it that. Michael Cohen is a cooperating witness. By definition, he...
Okay. So he was like, no big deal. I don't see it as a problem. Who cares that he lies? Well, then it came out that not only does he lie, he steals. And that kind of got to the MSNBC analyst. Take a look again, 24 hours later.
There may have been a real moment here just in the last few minutes in that Michael Cohen was caught in cross-examination. They asked him about a transaction with another company where he admitted to stealing cash from the Trump Organization. Now, throughout this trial, consider this. The prosecution has painted Michael Cohen as sort of this bumbling, pathetic character whose only sins were his misguided, undying loyalty to Donald Trump. Did you lie to Congress? Yes, I did, but I did it because I was in the sway of the Svengali hold of Donald Trump. But now you see something a little different. Now there's an argument to be made that actually you're just an opportunistic thief.
Exactly. So what kind of jury is going to convict Donald Trump? I mean, unless, and let's not get too optimistic here, they're just a bunch of hacks that have a political axe to grind. I'm hopeful that's not the case, but you never know. It's New York City, and they chose this jury for a reason. They chose to actually prosecute this in New York City. Do not forget, for a reason. The number 3 person in charge there at the DOJ left the DOJ and joined Alvin Bragg's team there in New York City for a reason. So they think they're going to get him. I'd say, you know what? Don't count your chickens before they hatch, guys. And you know what? If you do get him, and if you actually send him to jail on something like this, that's like guaranteed. Guaranteed November 2024, Donald Trump is the next president of the United States. As we have learned thus far, every single poll shows us what? Oh, that he's climbing. He's climbing because the more you attack him, the more everyday Americans are like, wow, this is messed up. And they sympathize with him. They have empathy for the situation that he's going through. I mean, when Letitia James comes out with a $500 million, $500 million fine against the guy because he did a deal with Deutsche Bank and himself, and no one lost money, i.e. there was no victim, everyday Americans are like, oh my gosh, our lawfare system is quite real. In other words, that talk of lawfare instead of warfare is coming to fruition, and people recognize it, and it frightens them, as it should. Frightens me. And what kind of country do you have if you can't depend on a court of law? If you've got rabid political prosecutors like Letitia James and Alvin Bragg and Fannie Willis and Jack Smith, who are trying to build their careers on the back of getting this guy off the ticket, then I don't know what to tell you. And neither do everyday Americans. We're talking independents right now that are just disgusted with this, which is why poll after poll after poll after poll has Donald Trump ahead.